Hello, and welcome to this weather briefing on Wednesday evening, November 9th, 2022. My name is Joseph Patton, and I'm a meteorologist and researcher with the University of Maryland at the Cooperative Institute for Satellite and Earth System Studies, or CISESS. Tonight, we're going to be talking about the weather that's expected across the United States this week, including Hurricane Nicole, which is expected to make landfall in Florida and continue to produce heavy rain up the East Coast, and a widespread blizzard conditions and winter storm, which is expected across portions of the northern plains. Starting with a look at the current weather hazards, you can see that there are hurricane warnings across much of the water surrounding the Florida Peninsula, including much of the Florida Peninsula and portions of the Florida Panhandle. Tropical storm and hurricane conditions are expected for some, as Hurricane Nicole or Tropical Storm Nicole will make landfall late tonight or early tomorrow for the Florida Peninsula and then continue to track northward along the east coast of the U.S. As you can see, there are also blizzard warnings and winter storm warnings, as well as ice storm warnings for portions of the Great Plains, including the Dakotas, as heavy snow, blowing wind, and accumulating freezing rain are going to lead to dangerous outdoor conditions for those areas. Finally, there are some red flag warnings and accompanying high wind warnings or wind advisories, where there are strong winds paired with dry conditions, which are leading to potentially dangerous fire weather concerns for portions of the Central High Plains and also the Appalachians. Nicole is currently a very strong tropical storm, almost a very weak Category 1 hurricane. It has a very large tropical storm force wind field stretching across hundreds of miles. In fact, the tropical storm winds are already being felt across portions of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. It's expected to strengthen into hurricane status tonight and then make landfall either late tonight or early Thursday morning across somewhere along the Atlantic coast of Florida. And it will bring with it heavy storm surge as well as inland flooding, which will be a major concern as the rain from Nicole leads to locally heavy rainfall amounts. The organizational structure of Nicole may dissolve by this weekend, but its remnants will continue to bring moisture, widespread excessive rainfall amounts, and possibly some flash flooding for portions of the East Coast all the way up into Maine. So that flash flood threat will expand as the remnants of Nicole move northward or northeastward into Friday, and bringing a chance for heavy rain leading to flash flooding for the Appalachians, portions of the Mid-Atlantic, and most of New England on Friday. Widespread rainfall amounts over 3 inches are possible, and locally higher amounts are expected. So stay tuned to your local NWS office or broadcast meteorologists for more information on watches and warnings to stay safe. From tropical weather into winter weather, there is a winter storm or a blizzard brewing across portions of the northern plains in the United States. The upper air map on the left-hand side shows there's a strong upper-level jet streak that's occurring where there's a strong current of intense upper-level winds, which are bringing strong amounts of upper-level wind shear, and that will produce support for precipitation in the upper levels. If you also look at the surface levels, which is the map on the lower right-hand side, there's a surface low-pressure center forming, denoted by those red L's, on the lee side of the Rocky Mountains, and that low-pressure system is expected to continue to develop with support from that upper-level jet streak and move northeastward and produce the surface conditions, which will also be supportive for higher amounts of precipitation. So that those cold conditions paired with the strong jet streak and the developing surface low are expected to lead to some widespread blizzard conditions into later this week. Those blizzard conditions will lead to heavy snow that's expected across North and South Dakota as well as Montana through Friday. Those snowfall totals are going to be over a foot for some, including areas expected to reach up to 18 inches for portions of North Dakota. Accompanying this, on the south side of this will also be accumulating freezing rain, where the temperatures are a little bit warmer, so you're not getting the snow that's forming and accumulating, but that rain is falling into a surface temperature which is at or below freezing, and that allows that rain to freeze on contact, leading to accumulating ice and dangerous conditions, not only on the roads, but also as that ice builds up on power lines, that could lead to power outages for portions of central and north South Dakota as the ice accumulations are paired with heavy winds coming in on the backside of this storm. Finally, those strong winds with that developing surface low are leading to blowing dust and dangerous fire weather conditions for portions of eastern Colorado. The pictures here are from eastern Colorado earlier today, and you can see that blowing dust has severely reduced visibilities, which makes travel difficult, but it's also indicative of red flag warnings, which mean that it's very dangerous conditions for wildfires to form, and burning would not be recommended outdoors. Those strong winds are even strong enough to warrant some high wind warnings, which extend south westward into portions of New Mexico and Arizona. So very windy conditions are expected there, and that could lead, when paired with dry air, that could lead to dangerous fire weather conditions. So outdoor burning is not recommended for these areas, and I recommend that you stay in touch with your local NWS office for all of your updated watches and warnings. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.